Okay, I don't think I showed you how to make your magnetic piece for your waterfall pages. Like I did on this one over here. So we're going to start with that. In your kit, if you received the kit, you will have received 4 magnets, 2 plus and 2 minus. And they come with a self-adhesive sticky on that. Now if you plan it right before you put this paper down, this page paper down, when you assembled your little waterfall, you could have put your magnet on underneath, but I didn't, so I'm going to have to add a strip of paper. Now I'm going to flip this back and I'm going to go over it with you in a little bit about this flower. But anyway, I have a piece, 2 pieces of chipboard that I glued together to make it a little sturdier, and these pieces are 1.5 inches long by 3/4 inches wide, and then I rounded the corners with the little 1/4 inch corner rounder. And on one side I'm going to put paper, well actually on both sides, but I'm going to do the first side first. So I cut these just a little bit smaller. These papers are 7/8 of an inch wide by 1 1/4 long, and then you round just one end to make it match up, and then ink the edges. And I'm going to use my glue. I decorated my glue bottle with some washi tape. I really like how that looks, and I can tell that it's mine. So take some glue and put it on the top here. I've got a little bit too much glue, but I'm going to wipe that off. Well, I got way a lot of glue. Okay. Okay. I'll peel that up. I don't like the way it looks. I didn't get it on straight. Some days, in spite of your best efforts, okay, that's much better. Okay, like that. Now, this will be the top side, so on the underneath side, take one of the magnets, peel off the backing, and if the sticky stuff comes off with the backing, you can use glue. I'm going to try to get that off without losing my adhesive. Okay, so it's still sticky. So on the back side, towards the rounded corner end, I'm just going to place my magnet like that. Then take the plus one with the plus facing up and stick it to the magnet. Now you have 2 magnets together. This is to get your placement correct. Peel the backing off. Now this little piece is going to be attached to the edge, centered into the edge of the top one. So place this down and press really good so your magnet sticks, and then gently pull up so that the magnet stays down here. See it there on the page? Let's flip these back. Now because I didn't plan ahead and put this underneath the paper before I glued it down, I'm going to do some piecing with some scraps. And I cut a 6-inch long piece of this chevron by 2 inches wide and ink the edges. So I'm going to glue this down over the magnet. You want your magnet piece to be secured in with paper and covered up. So I'm going to add my glue and center this over it. Put that on straight. Burnish that and burnish around where the magnet is, because you want that to stay stuck there. It's going to have a slight bump, but not a real thick one, so it'll be okay. So that page is like that. And this flips down. And now we're ready to cover this with paper. I cut another piece, what did I say, 1 1/4 inch long by 7/8 wide, and round just one end of it. 2 rounded corners here. And ink the cut edges. And then we're going to glue this down over our magnet. These magnets, they're by Basil. No, sorry, Basic Gray. Basil's interested in make these basic gray magnets. Sometimes they're a little hard to find. There's two sizes, the large and the small, but they're nice and flat. Okay, so cover that up, and then you're going to want to attach this, let it fall there. Now we're going to take glue just on the edge, and again we're going to let this magnet find itself, and then let that sit there and dry. And once it's dry, you can lift up with the magnet. Okay, we're going to go back over some of the things that I have done, see if there's anything I need to share with you on how I did it and what's included with your kit and what is not. So I've already covered the front page. These little pre-punched flowers, that there's 3 in each kit, and I did find the rhinestones, so all the rhinestones for the kits are included, and then I include a little pre-tied twine bow to go there, and you would use your own glossy accents or crystal lacquer to brighten up these balloons, and then add it to the word circus. So that's the front page. This is a pocket page here, so you do need to make a photo mat tag, and out of your cardstock cut 2 7 inches long by 4 3/4 wide, and I rounded all 4 corners. Cut a mat to fit. You can do any size you want. And then out of the tags, I took 2 tags and I antiqued this one, ripped the corner and kind of inked it, and sandwiched them together and glued them together. You don't want it sticking out real long, only about 1/4 of an inch, so it won't stick out of the book, because you want it to fit in the wagon. And then I tied some twine around that and added some of the ephemera items here and decorated up like this. So you would just mat that. That one goes there. And the second one goes in the last page. It's done the same way, same size, just matted it with paper on the front and the back. This is a good place for some journaling. This glued the games sign here at the bottom. This is from the ephemera pack. And again, the tag, just barely let it stick off the edge, and so it's not just white. I did put 2 together. So I glued the 2 tags together and then stuck it down and tied this twine on there before I glued it down. And so that it would be black underneath, I did use black stain where the holes go on the paper, so that that's covered up, and that slides into the pocket that you have on the last page. Okay. Earlier in a video I showed you how I made this pocket out of the circus wagon, and then afterwards I decided to do some decorating. I made an extra flag like what is on your wagon with the black and white straw and one of the banner pieces cut out of paper and a bead, and then I kind of flattened it a little bit, not much, just on the end, and glued this with my quick grip glue and glued it to the edge of this little flip page. And you take your bone folder and you crease that flag right there so that it does lift up and you can see your flips. So that just added real cute, I think. It kind of brought the 2 together. I did take the arrow, the special attractions arrow in the ephemera pack, and glued that there so it kind of points to this so that you know to flip that up. And since this is a pocket, I decided to make some tags. This is just a single photo mat tag. You can put photos on the front and the back. And the black cardstock is 3 1/2 inches wide by 4 7/8 long. That just slides right in there. It doesn't stick out too far, so there's no problem with that. And then this one I made the same size. I put some of the banner paper down on it, and then I put the fun sign from the ephemera pack on here and added 2 pink rhinestones. And when you slip that in, you can position it so that little fun part is peeking up out of the big top like that. And so this is the magnet closure here that I just showed you how to do, and each page is matted with different paper. And then we have this seam back here. So this I'm going to leave that way.